Okay.
Service class. And then in the constructor where we inject those variables as arguments, right? And then we're setting this dot book service equals book service. So the thing that I'm struggling with is because then the book service, for example, then we can call methods on that one from the service class. But when I look at it, we start by declaring the variable, so private final book service, right? So that is just declaring a book service.
A local attribute of that class, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a class attribute of the controller class, right?
Right.
And then in the next one, which is the constructor for the controller class, we're just injecting that variable passing in that variable as an argument.
Right.
And then we're setting that, so basically that variable, we're setting that to or equal to this
the local, yeah.
So how are we ever getting all of the methods? Because I can't see we're creating an instance anywhere. So but I think it's more of a general thing. Well, in principle, we're doing the same with models, right? We're importing the model, and then we're using model as an argument, right? So I'm just trying to understand how does that give us an instance of the class, because we are basically using an instance of the class, because otherwise we couldn't call the methods, right? So I just can't wrap my head around how that, because I instantiated the class to have an instance of the class to do something with, but we're not. So.
Right, and it is using a class, and we are in a sense instantiating it, but we're not really instantiating it in the normal way that we are used to. Okay. Right, where other objects interact with other objects. Yeah. The annotation above in your service that says @service, that gives that the specific job of being the service layer between the controller and our models. So that's its specific job. So it's not really an instantiation of a class in the normal way we're used to thinking of.
Right. Okay, so it's also the @service annotation that actually does that we can basically treat a variable as an instance of the class.
Right. Basically. Mm-hmm. Right, and that's how powerful the annotations are. Yeah. Just through that, we can create really complicated relationships. Okay. Good question, though. So let's talk about many-to-many. I actually want to do this one, products and categories, with you guys, just so we can see the relationship, building the relationships, and we can talk about it as we go through it. But I don't want to do all of 4 pages, because it'll take a while. So if we look at this, creating a new product is going to redirect us to this bottom page here, where it lists the product itself, right? We have product ID. Okay, and so on this page, it gives the name of the product, the list of categories that belong to this product, and then a form to be able to add a category to this product. Okay, and then here with the category, it's the exact same thing, just the opposite, right? So you can create a new category, and then you have the list of products, and you can add this to the list of products that belong to this category, right? So I'll just do these two, right? And the category side is, it's pretty much the exact same. Sound good? Okay, let's just do it from scratch.
You could name, instead of having a category, you could name it class.
I'll take a rain check on that one.
And then we could name something else false. That's a good idea.
Cats. Yeah. Call it prods and cats.
You know, like the first astronaut that goes in outer space and their spaceship blows up, and then people are like, "Oh, we should have put seatbelts on or something." That's how I am. Like, I blew up so that nobody else had to.
You're very noble.
And we're all appreciative.
Wait a second.
Did anyone else think of calling it class?
No one else got there yet.
Oh.
Casey said there were a few people in her group that did that.
Oh, yeah? Maybe we should put that in the platform. Don't call it class.
I'm sure that they thought about putting it there.
Like I said, like it's obvious, but also when you're just building all day long and all night long.
Yeah, it's not
happen.
wanted it to be upsetting.
They should put like at least a bullet point, like try to avoid naming the class to avoid confusion.
But that's what guinea pigs are for, right? I mean, some of them just don't make it, but you made it.
Some of them
Although
don't
they
make it.
scarred, but you made it.
I may have eaten all of my day's chocolate allotment in 3 minutes this morning, but I made it. You have one?
Okay, so let's start with our models. Package. Models. First class, that's up to bat here. We'll do the products. Product class. Okay. Unless there's any questions, I'm just gonna copy and paste this.
We're good. I'm good.
Okay. So I don't have to type it all out. But this is gonna need a couple of things. So we'll have size. What is this? It's min, right? Min of 1. And then same thing for the description. And this one can have a minimum price of $5. And created that. This one needs the date time format. Oh shit, I think it's pattern. Year. I think it's like that. Okay. This one. Okay, I think that's good. Ooh. Make sure you import the right list here. We want the Java util list from the util package. Since ID. Okay. Any questions on this join table? That's fine. Maybe there'll be some when we talk about this, when we create the other tables. So what we do need in here is our constructor, and then our getters and setters. And then our this guy. What's this guy? Do we have a new date here? Date. Updated that, created that. Interesting. Anyone seen this before? This didn't happen last time, did it? Date is undefined.
Do you have the date, util date or something like that imported?
Did I import the
date
wrong
time
date?
format.
Oh, I did the util date.
Oh, no.
Good catch. There we go. So be mindful of the packages you're selecting when you're importing these. Util date, not MySQL date. Okay. Okay, next one is we'll do the categories next. Okay, so far these are just the minis, or the 2 other tables. So create a new class called category. State. Okay. And then our constructor. No, not you. Okay. Now our middle table. What did they call it? Categories underscore products. Anybody can think of a better name?
Product category?
I like that. Alright, yeah, I could never think of a good name either. Category product. Is that it? Is this not the best part of building a project?
Drop downs?
It's literally my favorite part. It's like the easiest.
It is? That's good.
I can do, huh?
Yeah, that's the only problem. So everything's great at the moment.
I tried yesterday, by the way, to take an old project and use refactor rename all the way through it to see if that worked. It doesn't. So don't spend that hour. It's not worth it.
Way to fall on your sword for us.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of markers from the last.
Strength through marker. You need the supers of any of those?
Straight for someone else's structure.
No, we don't.
For safety.
Why learn from your
In any of
mistakes
them.
when you can learn from millions?
True.
But the problem is everyone makes mistakes.
I mean, we can share our mistakes and we can all learn,
Laugh at each
and
other.
each individual can make fewer
Well,
total mistakes.
say I feel like
Unless
I
that
got more
mistake
marking
is
for my
so
mistake than I got appreciation.
I mean, I'm appreciating you, I'm just appreciating you silently. And mocking you loudly.
I do that in my mind.
I mean, I didn't sense mocking, I sensed like humorous commiseration.
If you mock someone in your mind, are you still considered like mean? No.
I mean, how
Okay.
can you not mock someone?
Question next to Vincent. When do
Yeah.
you need that detail constructor that you have there?
This one?
Yeah, that one versus when you just have the generic one with nothing in it.
So you'll always need this one.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah.
Right, this one you should have every time, and that follows the Pojo beans in the reading,
Yeah.
right? At least one empty constructor.
Yeah. So, so it's more when you need the other one because I just know that sometimes we have, sometimes we don't.
Yeah, this one is creating the instance for us when we are going to create the new instance somewhere in our controller and using the request param to grab the data from the form, and then filling the information when we're creating the new instance. Right, that's different than what we've been doing because we're creating when we send in a product, for example, to a form in our JSP file, we're sending an empty product. It's an instance of the product, but it has no values yet, and the form allows us to set those values.
Okay, so that's okay. So essentially, that one is to generate that empty instance that we can give to the form.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about this really quick just to make sure. The product here, this here, the many-to-many. Okay, so the product and the category will both have a many-to-many relationship with the middle table. Okay, so from the product, we have a many-to-many, the fetch type is lazy, and then this join table, these three arguments are important on how you order them, right? So the name of it is talking about the name of the middle table. Okay, so now we're saying that we're pointing to the categories underscore products table, and our join columns, this first part is going to be the current class you're in. Okay, so it's our product underscore ID. And then the inverse is going to be the other class that you have a many-to-many relationship with. Okay, and then in the categories, or in the category class, the same thing. We're pointing to the middle table, and then the join column is going to be the current class you're in, which is our category, and then the inverse is going to be the other class you have a many-to-many relationship with. Okay. And then inside of our category product, it's going to have a many-to-one relationship both ways. So with the category table and with the product table, it's having the one-to-many, many-to-one with each of those tables. Okay, so when we create instances of this middle table by creating those relationships, all we need in order to create this instance is the ID of the product and the ID of the category to create that. That make sense? Okay. Okay, so what do we need next? Let's see if we can create this table here. I just need this guy. We'll call this cat and dog. No, prod. Okay, so if we go into MySQL, we can create a new database. Call it cat and prod. UTF-8.
Did you create a game? It sounds like an old game startup thing.
The ESPN jingle? Where am I at? What did I call it? Oh, cat and prod. Okay, so right now the table's empty. Let me just close all these out.
Vince, you should be one of those video guys.
What video, guys?
You mean instead of a guardo?
Oh, yeah. Okay, run Spring Boot app. And this should just create our tables for us, if I'm not forgetting anything, which I'm relying on you guys to remind me if I am.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So don't fail me. Don't make me look like a fool.
You already know your schema, right?
Yes. Oh. Entity manager define class path. Management target unmapped. All right, good. So we have in our products and categories table, or the categories in our products table, it's saying we have an error. Okay, categories products here. Categories products. I'm just checking if all of my names are the same. So the use of one-to-many or many-to-many targeting an unmapped class in Prods and Cats models products dot categories. Is mapped to categories products, which is this guy. Product ID, category ID.
But none of them say mapped by?
products, list of products, single category.
Like, is it specifically the categories
In the product.
in the product
Yeah.
model, right?
So the product categories is mapped to the categories. This is the many. Did I copy it wrong? Yeah, this is the bad part about copying and pasting. So when you get an error, you don't know what the error is because you didn't type it out.
Bold of you to assume that just because I typed it, I know what the error is.
That's true too.
So from the middle table's perspective, it's just a bunch of one-to-ones, right? Like if you're standing in the middle.
One-to-manys.
I thought the menus are on the middle.
Or many-to-one.
Okay. So does it need the words mapped by? Like the one-to-one relationship does?
Don't think so.
I thought you said something about mapped by when you were reading the error.
Yeah, I did. It says unmapped class, categories class.
I had an issue kind of like that, and it's because my artifact was different than my regular name when I first started. Is there a way you can double check if your artifact was the same as your other thing when you set it up?
That's a good question. Okay. So let's try that again. So sometimes, like we said before, the imports, we import the wrong ones. So I'm gonna just see if that was it. No, same error. Many ways targeting unmapped class product categories. Well, this isn't good. Huh? Yeah, we can try Googling it.
Ready to burn it to the ground at any moment.
Score short balls.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
could be the
I
entity
did that.
import.
Java persistence entity. And not the Hibernate entity. Yeah. Entity. this one. I seem to have all my imports right. Yeah, I don't know.
I think you got, when you first started the Spring project, the names weren't like right. They weren't matching.
Like the name of my classes?
Something like that. When you first made it with the artifact and everything.
Oh, you think we can actually create a new class that something wrong?
Yeah. Like you
Ugh.
don't have like the group name and artifact name if they're not the same.
Yeah, how can you see the details of class actually? Can you just go and right click on this one?
Maybe go to marketing.
Oh, this is annoying. Oh, of course, I knew it.
What's that?
I imported the wrong one.
Oh, there was another imported entity up there, or?
No, I imported the wrong category class.
I see.
What a dummy. Where did it go? Products.
Do you need to import it into the same folder?
Category. Didn't I just import it? Where did my category go?
You're not even importing any of the.
It doesn't have any underlines. Right?
That's what I was thinking. Like, I thought I deleted it. So it should.
It's right there. It's not. It's on 46. It's not.
Well, that's what I'm trying to use, but I don't see the import line.
Yeah, but do you need to import it if it's in the same?
Maybe I did it.
Isn't it public stuff or there?
Yeah. Well, I think that fixed it.
You sound so sad.
Well, yeah, we just wasted like 10 minutes. Okay. We're looks like we're up and running now. Sorry about that, guys. But at least you all feel my pain of debugging, right?
Happens to all of us.
Happens to the best of us, yes. Okay. All right. So now we're creating the products page. So we'll just start with the repositories, and we'll create the new interface for the product repository. Okay, so this needs to add repository, extends code repository for the product and ID. Okay, and then our service, should we have a separate service for all of them? Probably not. What about a controller? Should we have a separate controller to handle the specific ones?
No.
Maybe not.
How do you know if you should or not?
It's more depends on the number of routes that you have in a controller. Typically, like up to 10 is a good size to decide. Hey, maybe I might need another controller separated out. What's this? Service, product, service. Okay, we'll set this as a service, and we can do the auto wired public.
And what is it the auto wire thing does?
This is the shortcut to doing the dependency injection.
Okay.
So instead of having the private final product service, this is just a shortcut. But this should be product repository. I'll just do prod repo. And that's it. And then our controller. Class, I'll call this home controller. And we can auto wire the public product service. Okay. Then our first route, get mapping to, let's see, product / new. Okay, so since we're creating a new product here, what do we need? Model attribute. All right, we'll call this prod obj, instance of the product, and we'll call it product. And we'll just return product / new.jsp. Okay. So much going on in sports right now. You guys seen the movie Blended?
Maybe it's the Raptors beating Golden State.
Not this year, at least. They're not doing anything this year. You guys ever seen the movie Blended? With Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore? Well, he named. Well, no, not that one. Another movie.
What about baseball?
No, he just named his daughter Espen
Oh, that's funny.
after ESPN. It was funny,
That's
yeah.
unfortunate. You know what you're gonna name your son?
Yeah, after me.
Espen?
VJ?
No. Come on, bro.
Fox.
Nah, heck no.
What have you done?
We're gonna call him Vinny Boy.
Vinny
Vinny
boy.
boy.
Is that what they called you when you were little?
No,
He was a bin man.
just Vincent. Vin Dog.
Dog.
No, I just like that name, that little nickname.
What's his name? Well, I guess official.
Vincent.
On the certificate?
Yeah, after my name.
Oh.
Were you not there 2 minutes ago?
I was joking. What is VJ?
He'll be a junior, but we will not call him BJ.
Don't
Do not
tell
call
his
him
friends or anything. That's like
No.
that's social service. Oh man.
Is it a junior if the name is not exactly the same? Like, does he have to have my middle name and my last name exactly to be a real junior?
No, it's just his name.
Just like first and last name,
I
right?
mean, you're naming him. You can do whatever you want.
It's like
I know, but is it like traditionally considered a junior if it's not exactly? Like if he has different middle names?
Feel the same.
I feel like that I heard of that too, yeah.
it's either just the first name or
Like,
your
is he a
middle
real
name is
junior?
different. The middle
I think
name-
my father might be Val J. Huber the third,
Or you can just call him Vincent II.
but he doesn't use the third much.
My mom
It's
calls
like- it's
both
like
of
a
my
s-
brothers junior.
At the second is different than junior. The second is different than junior.
They are junior five.
Product slash new. Okay. Oh no.
If you just never say junior, it never.
Shucks. This is a different workspace. Anyone know where to find the tags?
The tag.
The C tag and form tag?
Templates.
Is it here?
Right there.
I think.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, we got this one. Got the form and the C out.
See how it's named in mini.
Out could be in first section maybe.
In Spring Fundamentals.
The option of it would be.
And Spring Boot templating. Oh no, it doesn't.
Keon.
Okay, Keon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Clutch, bro.
You can name your son after Keon.
Fourth order.
No, call it Vion.
A neon with a V.
Or we could call it Java.
Mini instead of.
Django.
Yeah, Django, that'd be a cool thing.
On-chain.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a guy in my husband's program at school who did that. His daughter named her Maya after one of their programs.
Oh my gosh.
Ruby would not be.
Named
That
her
Ruby
Ruby.
would be good.
I mean, there are some bad things up there. I wouldn't want to be named Ruby.
Or
But you know,
Helga.
My sequel is actually, that's because his daughter was named Maya, right?
Really?
So it's just a
Yeah,
search.
so that was the other way around. Named the
What about
program name was
what about Ingrid?
You know what, actually, like,
Rapunzel.
Ingrid is
That's just a
really
really
my-
old name.
my uncle.
Rapunzel.
Yeah.
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel apparently was named after the vegetables. her
Or
father
Olga.
stole From the witch. In the fairy tale.
Oh.
Yeah, like the wife was pregnant and wanted the Rapunzel vegetables. She's like, get those for me, please. He's like, but that's the witch's yard. And she's like, but I'm pregnant and I need those right now. So he did, and then that's how Rapunzel got to be in the tower.
Why did why?
The moral of the story is pregnancy cravings are dangerous, I guess.
Frequency what?
Cravings?
Oh.
Dangerous.
Okay. I did all the tedious stuff. So,
That means the witch is.
we're creating a new product. Okay, what does the product have?
And it has a name.
It does. Okay, so this path will be for the name. Okay, and then we need a form input, and this path will be
For the name.
name,
Got it.
What else do you value? Or
class,
label?
form control, and then placeholder. I'm gonna use a placeholder instead of the label. Is that it?
Submit button.
Oh yes.
Oh, name, description, and price. What am I doing? Here. Okay, so I'm gonna just copy all of this. Name, description, and price. So this one will be description. Here and here and price. Whoops.
There's no multi-cursor in STS, right?
I think there might be.
But because I tried to, if you don't know, then it's probably because I tried to look it up and there was very opaque answers on it. So.
Really? There's, yeah. Usually people will create Emmet libraries for different IDEs. So I guess if it's not really popular, then it's probably not very good. Then another input.
I don't like one-typing things. It's all about that.
Type, class. Okay. Let me just add a H1 tag here. So create a product. Okay, we've gone a while without testing anything, so
Yay.
we'll see how this goes.
It's exciting.
Risky.
It's like gamble. It's technical debt.
You know, you could name your son after a product of the sea also. Because we have pearl, right? Which is beautiful. You could name him like Megalodon.
What? Or Australopithecus.
Yeah.
See,
Johnny boy fish.
maybe instead of T-Rex, then V-Rex. Maybe it's T-Rex.
I don't think this is better than Vinny Boy as a name.
I like Vinny Boy.
Wondering why
Or you could just
told me before making these decisions.
Maybe it's
Maybe
products.
name him Oop.
Oh, Vincent's.
Object-oriented programming.
No errors.
Oop is fun to say.
Check it out.
All right. Okay, so we have the 0.0. Why do we have 0.0?
Because
Because it's a double.
It's a double. Good job, guys. What was your question yesterday? How do you get rid of it?
Yeah. Like, what if you wanted it to say price there?
Yeah, exactly.
Or nothing?
Yeah.
Well, you could probably set it default value equal to null.
But
or
could
something.
Could you set a default value equal to price? Because that's a string and you've defined it as a null.
Or you make this a double. You can make this a capital D double, and it won't have a raw value to start with. That's an idea. Worth a shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could name your baby after us. August 19th cohort. The best cohort ever.
Yes, that you are.
He's lying. He's lying.
That is not true. Product. So this is our post route to handle this form submission, right? Product / I think I called it create. Public string create product. What do I need in here? Yes.
Request.
I'm creating a new. I'm getting an instance. I need valid. Yes. So I'm valid. I need to validate my new form data. Then
Request param.
model attribute. Right? Request param are for normal forms. It's for data that we're getting through our post data that we get through the normal form outside of the form library.
Why do we use the form library versus the normal form?
Because with the normal form, we have to get the individual post data, like name, description, and price, through the request param.
But with the form library, we can just get the object.
With the form library, we can send that form an object, an empty object, and the form library we use our getters and setters to set the values so that when it's created and gets to this point, everything is already set inside of this product object.
Oh, cute.
Or I guess this one that I'm about to write. Attribute. 2 T's? Yes. Called prod obj. Okay, same product, same object that's we passed it. It's the same one we're accepting here.
But when we accept it, it's got all the stuff in it.
Exactly. So this one, when we give it, it's empty. But when we get it back, it's got all the values. Same thing, product, and we will call it product again. And then one more.
The validation thing.
Oh, binding result.
Binding result.
Sold.
Very good. Import it. Okay. So now we can check if result.has errors. We will want to just render the page. So we'll return product / new.jsp. Okay. Otherwise, we're going to call on the product service. I'm going to change this service name. Instead of it being the product service, I'm going to make it the main service for everything, because I don't want to create another service for the category. So we can do the refactor, rename, and we'll call this inventory service instead. I wonder how much of this will change. content of that file will not be updated. That's fine. I could do that myself. But it won't let me. So I'll just delete this first. And then try to change it. Product service to inventory service. Oh, come on. Okay. All right, one more time. There we go. Doesn't like it.
You mistyped service, that's why.
Oh, service. Thanks. Okay. And then we can call on invent service dot create product and then pass it the product. Then we can return redirect. Oh, this needs quotes. Redirect to slash, I think it wants us to redirect to slash product ID. So slash product slash plus product dot get ID. Okay, questions there?
So you're gonna use two services for this one?
Just one.
Oh, just one.
One for all three.
Okay.
One to rule them all. Okay. Questions here? No? So if I fill out this form right now, it should redirect me to slash product slash ID, which we don't have the route yet, but we'll get there. So let's do a product called MacBook and expensive and $3,000. Submit. Okay, so we get to product slash one, which means in here looks like it should have been created, and it is. Great. Yay. Awesome. Okay, so what's next?
Product ID page.
This one, right? We got to build this. So it looks like it already has categories, but we don't have any categories, and I don't want to build a form to do it. So I'm going to add categories manually here. Does that sound good?
Yay.
Okay, so that's just what is it? Insert into categories, and then the names, right? Oh, it's just a name. Cool. Name, created that and updated that to be values. So I need a category. Electronics. Electronics.
Yes.
Now,
Oh, you're just gonna do one.
for now. One at a time, I mean. Okay, here's electronics. And what did you say?
Yes.
Pets. And maybe home. That's a category. What?
Cars.
Cars. I was thinking more retail categories. That works too.
Toy products.
Craft supplies.
Huh?
Craft supplies.
Crafts.
Assassination weapons.
Yes. Okay, that should be good enough. Okay, so now inside of, how does this look? Looks good. So now inside of here, we're gonna need those to build this route here, /product/ID. So this is going to be a get mapping to /product/ID. Public string show product. What do I need in here? Model attribute. Do I need model attribute?
You need model.
I do need the models, yep. All right, but the model attribute, that's generally for forms, right? Do we have a form in here?
Well, yes, because we're doing the add range.
We're adding it, right? So which model attribute do we need?
Oh, yeah,
Say it again?
Category object, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, exactly. Our middle table object, right? This form creates the middle table object. So I'm gonna call this middle table obj, just so we understand. But it's a category product instance. Okay, and then I'll just call it cat prod. Okay. Did I call it category product? Okay, so what I need in here inside of this page is first of all my product, right? So how can I get that?
You have to get product by ID.
Right. Okay, so I need the ID. And then I can get my product here and call it prod equals invent service dot get one product and pass it the ID. So let me create this method here to say to find it, right? How do we do this one? The optional,
Find by
right? Create the optional product.
product.
Call it prod equals product repo, prod repo dot find by ID, and pass it the ID. Okay, we all comfortable with this? Yeah. Okay, then I'm just gonna do this again, like yesterday. Okay, find by ID, that'll return to me the product. And then once I have the product, I can add that to the model attribute called product. Oh, needs to be in quotes. Then I can return product slash show.jsp. Prod. Okay, questions here? Do I need anything else in this page?
Well, I have a question, and that is that you're looking at categories that aren't currently already one of the categories listed. And how do you do that and all that?
So how to like update the list of available categories to add to? So you don't want to keep it in the list if it's already in the products list. Yeah,
Right.
I see.
I
Should we
thought
do that
is
together?
something that comes through the controller or what?
Well, that's just, there's a couple of ways. You can build the logic behind doing that and separating them out. I'm sure there's a query in there that we can only search for categories that are not already inside of this products list that we might give it. Something like that, right? But I'm sure we can figure something out. So here I would need a list of categories to show, right? Category, all caps. It'll be the inventory service, invent serve dot get all categories. Okay, and then model dot add attribute for all caps and all caps. Okay, so this needs to be created, and this is just going to return cat repo dot find all, which repo doesn't exist yet. So let's go ahead and build that. It's an interface of the category repository. At repository extends the CRUD repository. For the category and ID. Then list category find all. Okay. Questions here? Do I have a cat repo here? No, I don't. Auto wired. Okay, and then this import. Okay, so now we've created the category repository so that we can make the query to query for all of the categories, and we can display it in our select. Okay, so let's see how, oh, I didn't create the page yet, huh? Product new JSP for a show.jsp. I think I need, yeah, still need both of these. And then also need my best friend here. Okay. What does this look like? So we have the title, we have the left side has a list of categories that currently exist, and the right side has the list of categories to add. Okay, so here we'll just have an H1, and this will be the this is called product. I don't remember. I called it product. Okay, so here we have the product dot name. So we should be able to get this far at least. Refresh. All right, MacBook. So now in this left side we can build the different columns. So this class will have a class of row, and then inside of here we'll have one column. This will be the left side and then the right side. Categories. And then we're supposed to list them out. So we could just do a simple for each. C for each. For cat to the items. All cats. Capital C. Okay, and then we'll just list them out in li tags. Cat.name. Okay, so this should. So this has all of the categories, right? This is not the list that we want here. This is the list we want in the other column, right? So what list of categories should we be putting inside of this items instead?
Your joiner table.
Well, those are just IDs, right? But who's actually who has the list?
Products.category ID.
Right. Well, just products.categories.
Categories.
Right, so we want the specific products list of categories. Categories.
Categorical.
Right. Okay, so if we refresh that, we shouldn't have anything. Right? Okay, now let's do the form. Do we need the form here?
Yeah.
Yes. Form action. Action equals / add category, maybe. Method equals post. Model attribute will be what?
That's your middle table.
Middle table obj. Okay, because that's what we're creating, an instance of the middle table. So the middle table needs two things, and what are they?
It needs product ID and category ID.
So it needs the product, or not product, form. We'll just do the errors. So this path will be, it doesn't need the errors actually. Form select. And this path is a list of the categories, so what's the path name here?
What did you name it? It was like category paths or something?
No, so this is the middle table. It's only got two attributes, the category and the product, right? But the name that we gave each of them, or the data that we're keeping track of, is the ID. So here we'll have category. No, so not the column names, but the name of the attribute, which is just category. Okay, and the value of that column will be the ID, and JPA will take care of that. So, this is the select, okay? And then in here, we'll need the option. So we'll do form, option, and this, no, not path, but value will be this. We'll need this actually. And we can get rid of, or we can bring this down here and get rid of this guy. Okay, so the value of this option will be, we're not looping through the products categories, we're listing through all of the categories. So this one will have all cats, and this one can have just cat.id for the value. And then in here, we'll actually do the name, cat.name.
Wait a second, so in the option you're putting in two values?
No, so the option, the value of the the post data is going to be the ID of the category. But what we're actually displaying to the user is just the name. Okay. And then after that, we need our form, or no, our input type submit. So what other attribute does this middle table need?
The product.
The product, right? How can we do that? Class, what am I doing? Any ideas?
Is it just like a hidden button?
Yeah, just a hidden one. So form, golly, form, input type hidden?
I think so.
No, form hidden. Path will be product. Okay, and then the value of it will be our product. Okay, so where am I getting this product model from, or object from? Why can't I just say product here?
I mean, it's the product that you handed in.
Ex- Exactly. It's the same product that I'm using to display this specific product's information. So same object. Okay, but now I'm passing it because it needs an object and this one needs an object. So for this path to be the product and this path will be the category.
Small typo on that line. You have two L's in form control.
Okay, perfect.
So, but the one you're handing in, the value you're handing in is a string, which is a name, and the category name. But for the product, you're actually handing in an object, which is the product, right? Is it bad to hand in a string and an object? Wouldn't it be easier to just hand in like product.id or something like that?
Which string and name are you talking about? This one?
So yeah, so right there underneath, when you have your value equals cat name, cat ID.
Yeah.
That's what you're handing back to your table. But below, when you have your product, you're handing in that, and that's
The entire product.
That's the entire product.
That's a good point.
Is that an issue, or does it work fine still?
We'll find out.
Okay.
Okay, let's try it out. I think you're right.
Model attribute.
Oh, thanks.
Attribute.
Good looking out, guys. But I think you're right, Suzanne. So we'll see. Refresh. Okay, here's all of our categories. So if I hit home and submit, we don't have add categories, so we just have this one more thing to do inside of our controller. Exactly, post mapping, right? And what do we need in here? This is going to be add category. Add cat in here. Do we not need validations here?
No.
Do we not want to validate our data or no?
What are we validating? Like, should they
Not a valid
have
product.
That's a good
and
point.
We've chosen from a list that we can find.
Yeah, though we can't like physically put in the input, right? We just have to select whatever value they're giving us. So maybe. What else do we need in here?
We do need our model. Our model attribute.
Attribute. Okay. So it's a category product. And I'll just call this CP. Okay. So what we want to test to see is if we needed the ID or the entire instance of the product to make it work. So system.out, I'll just print it. And we can just print the product dot. Oh, I didn't call it product. Product called CP dot. Come on. C, capital P. Get product dot get name. So that should tell us if it actually worked, right? And then we can return redirect, quotes, redirect to slash product slash cp dot get product dot get ID. That could also tell us if it actually worked too.
I was gonna say that does the same job.
Okay. Yeah, let's test it out and see. So it's either one or the other. Either it wants the entire object of the product or it wants the ID. I'm leaning towards Suzanne's. Hey, wait, have we said a joke yet? Not yet.
I kind of felt like telling you to name your kid Megalodon was almost a
That was
joke.
pretty close.
That was pretty funny. Okay, so Cat of MacBook goes to electronics, so we can do submit,
Struts.
middle table OBJ, product type mismatch. Error in the field product rejected the value. Okay, so let's change it then to product.id and try it again. Submit. There we go. It worked. So we should be able to see MacBook here, and we do. Okay, so pass in the ID as the value, not the entire product. Oh, we didn't build the logic that actually adds the product.
And we didn't build the logic to make sure that it doesn't display the product that's already in the
Right.
category.
Exactly. But that's just a matter of querying for that stuff. So let's add this, and then we can see if we can change it. Wait, we're recording. How long has this been? 11:24. Wow. You guys still with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where it's getting juicy.
Yeah.
Where we need the most help.
Okay, so we want to add it. So we're going to call on the inventory service. We'll just call it add category. That's too many add category. Add category to prod. And then pass in the CP object that we created. Right, the middle table object. And then we can create that by saying we don't have a middle table repo here. So auto-wired public.
Oh, hang on. So you're defining a new method in there, and then you can click on it, and then it auto generates that.
Yep. So when you do that, make sure you have the arguments that you want to pass through so that it can create that with it. Okay, cat prod repo. Repository is what I will call it. So cat prod repo. So I'll go to my repositories and create that. It's an interface cat prod repository. Any typos? I don't think so. Okay. So then inside of my service, where'd my service go? Here I can call on cat prod repo dot save and pass in my object. Okay, so just like creating a new product, creating a new category, creating a new middle table object, it's just still the same, the save. Okay. Yeah. So now I'm sure this should work. We'll add electronics here. MacBook. Save.
Did you need to reload your server?
I did need to save the controller, yeah. Try one more time. Electronics, submit, and we have electronics. Very nice.
It's good feeling.
It is. One more. Crash. Submit. Ah, yes. Still a good feeling. Okay, so what you were talking about, Suzanne, that logic needs to be on probably this page, right? So here we're saying get all categories when we don't want to get all categories. We want to get the specific ones. Okay, so instead of this one, I'll just call it get non-categories, I guess. And we'll see if we can figure out some logic here. Get non-categories. Get non-categories, but we need to compare it to the list of the current products categories list, right? And sort of filter out those ones specifically from our query.
Can we get the category ID from, or the product ID from, not the product ID.
Well, we have the product ID here,
Yeah.
right? We actually have the entire product, so we can pass in the product itself.
Well, if
We
we just,
want the IDs that are in the middle table for the categories, and we want to exclude that.
Well, I'm thinking we want to exclude the IDs of the categories inside of my products categories. From when we query for the categories, we'll say get at all of the categories except for these ones.
Yeah.
Right. So we need the list of products categories to filter it, right? So I could just pass in product.getCategories. Is that what I called it? Oh, just prod. Prod.getCategories. So this should be a list. And then let's just create this. Okay. So this is going to return a list of categories. That's true. Here we've gotten the categories that belong to the product. So this is this is probably a hacky way to do it, which I think would work, but otherwise we'd have to search for the actual real query. But maybe for now, to understand what we can do, we can just do it this way, and then, which I don't think is a bad way, but let's try it out and see if we can get it to work. So what I'm thinking is we can create a list of strings, and we'll just call this prods categories, and this will equal a new instance of an array list. Wait, what's it called? An array list? That's a thing, right? Array list? Okay. Array list of type string. Okay. And in this array list, let's build a for loop that would.
But isn't it just, doesn't it need to be just list instead of array list because you're.
Well, this, I'm trying to add to this, and I can only do that with an array
okay.
list.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right, so here inside for categories, for cats in the categories. And this categories is my list that I'm accepting as an argument. So this will be an instance of the category. And then here I'll call on prods cats dot add.
prods cat dot add.
Yeah, so I'm adding to the prods cat a list, which is empty, and I want to push all of the names of the categories that are in my products list.
I'm just saying that you have an S on the end of your cat.
Oh, sorry. Could have just said that. Dot add cats dot get name.
We don't want to use the ID instead.
Maybe, but I think, because I'm thinking of strings, right? I know of functions that we can compare, right? Because we use the find by name containing, and we pass it a string. So this is probably a little easier for me to understand. Okay, so now we have the prods cat categories, so we can make a query from our CRUD repository that says find by name, not containing, something like that. I don't think that's a word. Right now we're thinking of JPA's functions, right? This is the cadence. It's find by whatever our attribute is, and then they have other functions that they call it, and we just have to know what it is. Containing, not containing.
I think that might exist. I was looking at lists of them yesterday.
Oh, okay. Find by name, not containing, and we'll pass in this string array of prods cats. Okay, and we'll see if oh, this actually belongs to the category repo. So cat repo dot find by name, not containing, and we'll create this method in our repository. Here, prods cat. Okay, so let's try that. So here, our list, as soon as this loads, should not have electronics and crafts in here. Refresh. Did we change our controller to load that one? Oh, I didn't save this. Okay, one more try. Okay, someone needs to have a joke next time.
I have one that is just longer than the load time.
How much longer? I could delay it. Refresh. No errors and still no solution. Let's look. JPA function find by name not containing. No internet. That's weird. Find by, here we go. Let's go to the category repo. Wait, where are you at? Category repository. It's not containing, it's not in. Find by name, not in. Save that and find by, where's my service?
Then it needs to go.
Not in. What were you saying?
Can't we? I'm just saying on the list that it's not supposed to be in now.
Yeah, so it's saying find all of the categories that are not in this list that I'm giving you.
Okay, which is the list that's already chosen.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, this guy. Refresh.
Yeehaw!
All right. So if we add pets here, there's home, and home is gone. Okay. Well, that worked. So, like I said, that was just, we had to do some stuff to make it work, which is okay sometimes, but maybe if you find a solution, like I said, you always want to see if there's a better way to do it. And I'm sure there is. There's probably some query there that you can give it something not to look for. But other than that, that's it. Maybe for you guys, I'll leave it up to you to find out how to remove from this list. Okay? Because this has been an hour and a half. So, any other questions? Stop the video.